So the other day I was watching RuneScape Chronicles, and it's my guilty pleasure. Even though I mostly play RS3, I really like the clips. Really wish someone from RS3 had something like that. But anyways, I was watching it, and I watched something, and they were kind of talking about that RS3 is really copying old school RuneScape lately. And I just kind of found that ironic, and I wanted to talk about, should RS3 copy old school RuneScape, and should old school RuneScape copy RuneScape 3? Um, you know, in my opinion, I'll just come out the gate, won't bury the lead. I do think the games should copy each other. I think people underestimate like what each game brings. I think old school RuneScape has tons of updates and quirks that are really enjoyable. For example, Wintertod that I'm doing right now. I really think RS3 should have more skilling bosses. I do think the skilling bosses that RS3 has, they are definitely more of a boss than a skilling activity like here. It's just so much going on compared to Wintertod for sure. I haven't done any other old school RuneScape skilling bosses, so maybe my opinion will change later. But RS3 skilling bosses are a little bit more hectic, in my opinion. But I definitely like the design of both of them. I think old school RuneScape could use a one-on-one instant skilling boss, similar to the most recent one RS3 had. Also, like for example, some cool updates that old school RuneScape had recently with this week the release of Valamore or Varlamore. I'm sure you guys will correct me in the comments on how it is actually pronounced, but a lot of those are just quite a few of those updates are actually from RS3. Like the potions, the prayer renewal potion has been in RuneScape 3 for forever. And the one that makes creatures around you aggressive is also from RuneScape 3. I was kind of laughing at the worm boss that they were tried to add because they added that to RS3 and it kind of failed because it was in the wilderness. No one did it. Everyone avoided it. It was a wilderness strike worm, and it kind of was just dead activity. So I just kind of found that a bit funny, but I definitely think like overall, old school RuneScape has some really good quests. RuneScape 3 has some really good quests. And if they can pull from each other, that's a good thing in my opinion. Like Nex, for example, from RS3, Araxor from RS3. RuneScape 3 has gotten some recent updates that are similar to old school RuneScape, for example. I think one of our more recent holiday events kind of more followed the old school RuneScape vibe of things. And I'm sure, maybe I'm just forgetting it, I swear there's more stuff that RS3 currently has kind of copied from old school RuneScape. And I think that's a good thing. It's kind of the same game, and it makes it easier for people to enjoy both. I'm a big person on both games are fun. It's okay to enjoy both of them. I like RS3 because for a full-time employee, it's really nice to be able to have gains. Like old school RuneScape is definitely more grindy, and I'll admit, sometimes your upgrades or levels feel a little more rewarding just because they were a bit more grindy, but also it's not very useful for someone who can't play RuneScape for a career, if that makes sense. Like, RS3 is very much about the end game, so in a way it sucks because it forces you through the early game and there's so much good content there. But definitely a lot of RS3 is built around the end game. I don't know, I'm just kind of ranting here at this point. Not gonna lie, just trying to get a video out. But yeah, what do you guys think? Let me know down below. You think there's anything from is there. Do you think it's okay, I should rather say, that old school RuneScape copies RS3 and that RS3 copies old school RuneScape? You know, not saying EOC should be in old school RuneScape, but I mean, there's already so much. Like the Karasi sword is now in old school RuneScape as the Void Waker. Nex, Araxor. The scythe from Araxor, the halberd, is just a copy of the scythe in RS3 of a high-powered attack weapon for melee that gives you a little bit of range. Yeah, I think it's fun. I'm excited to get to more bossing in old school RuneScape and try more things. I think we'll kind of end the video here. I've got a lot of stuff to do. Just wanted to get a video out for you guys. But yeah, let me know down below. Should old school RuneScape copy RS3, and should RS3 copy old school RuneScape? Anyways, with that, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace out.